What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Black History with me, your host, Miss Tay Nicole. Today, we're talking about a historic moment that happened in our lifetime. That means my lifetime, your lifetime, probably your grandma and grandpappy's last lifetime. In 2021, Juneteenth officially became a federal holiday in the United States. However, it was already a celebration for black folks. Now, for many people, Juneteenth seemed like it appeared out of nowhere. But the truth is, the celebration had existed for more than 150 years prior to it becoming a federal holiday. So long before it became a national recognized day, black families and communities were already honoring Juneteenth as a celebration of freedom, resilience, and survival. So today we're going to talk about what Juneteenth is, where it came from, and why it matters, and how it finally became a federal holiday. Let's talk about it. What is Juneteenth? Juneteenth combines two words, June and 19th. It marks June 19th of 1865. Now you might be wondering something. Didn't President Abraham Lincoln issue the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863? Yes, he did. But here's the part many people don't realize. The Emancipation Proclamation didn't instantly free every enslaved person overnight. Enforcement depended upon Union troops actually reaching different areas of the South. And in Texas, slavery continued long after the proclamation was issued. See, June 19th, 1865, okay? On June 19th, 1865, Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas. He announced that enslaved African Americans in Texas were free. For thousands of black people, this was the first time they had learned they were legally free. Think about that just for a second. More than 2 years later, or earlier, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed. Families who had endured slavery were finally informed of their freedom 2 years later. That day became known as Juneteenth. And for generations, black communities celebrated it as a freedom day. So you ask yourself, how do black communities keep their tradition alive? For decades, Juneteenth wasn't recognized as a national holiday, but for black families, that didn't matter. Black families made sure the tradition survived, including my own. Communities held picnics, parades, church services, educational events, family reunions, and for some folks, and celebrations honoring those who endured slavery and fought for the freedom. During times when Black history was often ignored in schools, Juneteenth became a way to preserve historical memory. It reminded people where they came from and how much had been sacrificed for them. So ask yourself, what was the fight for national recognition like? Well, let's go on that journey. So the journey to making Juneteenth a federal holiday didn't happen overnight. It took decades of activism. Community leaders, educators, historians, and everyday citizens pushed for a broader recognition. One of the most influential activists was Opal Lee, known as the grandmother of Juneteenth. Opal Lee spent years traveling, speaking, and raising awareness about the holiday. She believed Juneteenth deserved the same recognition and national recognition, that is, as any other major moment in American history. And she never stopped fighting for it. Never. So, as we talked about in the beginning, the historic moment in 2021, the United States Senate unanimously passed legislation to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Soon after the House approved the bill, President Joe Biden signed it into law on June 17, 2021. For the first time, Juneteenth became an official federal holiday. It was also the first new federal holiday created since Martin Luther King Jr. Day. For many people, the moment represented long overdue recognition of Black history and the ongoing struggle for equality. So, why does Juneteenth matter? Some people ask that question. Well, why is Juneteenth so important? The answer is simple. Because freedom matters, history matters, and remembering the past matters. Juneteenth isn't just about celebrating freedom. Oh no. It's also about acknowledging the reality of slavery and the resilience of the people who survived it. It's about understanding how far we've come while recognizing the work that remains. It's a reminder that freedom delayed is still freedom worth celebrating. So, as far as Juneteenth for today's time, Juneteenth celebrations happen all across the country. People gather for festivals, educational events, community service projects, family cookouts, and cultural celebrations. But beyond the festivities, Juneteenth continues to serve as a moment of reflection, a chance to learn, a chance to remember, a chance to honor those who came before us. The story of Juneteenth, it reminds us that history isn't just about dates and facts. It's about people. It's about preservation, preservance. And it's about making sure important stories are never forgotten. The road from June 19th, 1865 to June 17th, 2021 was a long one, but because generations kept the tradition alive, Juneteenth finally received the national recognition it deserved. If you enjoyed this episode of Let's Talk Black History with me, your host, Miss Tay Nicole, make sure you do me a big favor, and that's like, comment, subscribe, and share, but definitely make sure you share this. And let me know in the comments, what does Juneteenth mean to you? I have been your host, Miss Tay Nicole, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, stay peaceful, stay blessed, and let's stay black, baby. Peace out.